Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Richard Wilmore.
Sit, relax, we're going crazy in here. Welcome to my Today Richard. My guest is a writer who has a beautiful story about following your true passion. Susan Dormady Eisenberg initially pursued a career on the Broadway stage, but she quickly realized her gift wasn't in singing or acting, it was in writing. She's here to talk about her new novel, The Voice I Just Heard, and play a game that I cooked up that will win a copy for everyone here in the studio audience if she wins. So let's start the show. Hit it, Big Infinite.
Make your day richer than it was before. Got some good times knocking upon your front door.
There are two other Susan Eisenbergs, and one is quite famous. So I said, I need a middle name, but that is a mouthful.
It is. But then people remember.
They do.
Yes.
And Dormady is my Irish, maiden name, and Eisenberg is my husband's name. And my husband is my greatest supporter and cheerleader. He has to be in the name.
Of course he does.
Of course he does.
And that's why we love him. What's his name?
Barry Eisenberg.
Come on.
Really?
Thank you. Thank you for supporting this beautiful woman. My most famous Susan Eisenberg.
Thank you. What?
I'm gonna say. Yes.
What did you say about Susan Eisenberg?
That you're my favorite, most famous Susan Eisenberg.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, you're my favorite.
In real life, I don't use the Dormady in real life.
Oh.
just for writing.
In this fantasy world that we are in right now. I love it. Well, congratulations on your book. Now, full disclosure, and sometimes I pretend that this show is live and people think that it's live. But today we're not live, and it's actually the day that your book is released in real life.
Correct.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
How does it feel? This is your second book, right?
Well, it is the second time I've released this book, actually, and it is my third. So it's a third book in a way, since I released it in 2012, and I'm re-releasing it now, which we can talk about. And I wrote a book about the Broadway musical Camelot, a novel, 2 years ago.
Did you grow up in New York, around Broadway? How did that come about?
I grew up in upstate New York with a total passion for Broadway. Yeah. And I couldn't wait till I got there, but it took a while. However, my mother and father took me to the setting of my book, which is the Colony Musical Theater, a big tent theater. And I got to see some Broadway style musicals with, pretty high powered people in different roles. Summer stock theater.
Did you ever want to be on Broadway?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I studied singing with 8 teachers. And I did play the role of Guinevere in a big production of Camelot I'm not going to say the year.
In the 1900s.
Yeah, I didn't feel I belonged on stage. I want to tell you something amazing. We had the original Broadway sets. Original. And I would climb up to this giant platform to look at the jousts in Camelot. And I would think to myself, honestly, Julie Andrews stood here.
Yeah.
And you have no business being here.
You do, because you're the most famous Susan Eisenberg I've ever met.
Anyway, thank you. But
Yes.
no, I mean, that actually didn't take long for me to figure out I did not belong on Broadway.
That's so funny. I was a theater major in college.
Okay.
And very quickly knew this is not where I should be. This is too much pressure.
It isn't just pressure. I just want to say that because I wrote about performers in my novel, I really came up with something profound, I think, in that really great performers, those who are on Broadway or in opera, they have something to give. They're not just standing on stage saying, applaud me. Their gift is given to you. I did not have a gift to give, only in writing, not on stage.
That's funny. I grew up in the Midwest, northern Wisconsin. No theaters around. No, I didn't even know Broadway existed. that was even a thing until the Rosie O'Donnell show. And that was my intro to theater. And I was like, what is this magical place? And how do you become part of that. And now every time I see a show, wherever it is, whether it's touring, a local product, like I just get goosebumps of like what that must feel like when you have the gift to give up there. I also did not have that.
I live in Baltimore, and when I'm not sitting at my desk writing, my husband and I are busy driving up to Manhattan so we can
Yeah.
go to Broadway. We can do it in one day. Every time I'm sitting there and there's a Broadway overture, I get the goosebumps.
Yeah.
Every time.
I know.
It's
What have you had like a favorite show that you've seen?
Camelot.
Yes, of course. You wrote a book about it. Why would that not be it? Yes.
Now, I did not see the 1960 production. I was a child, but it was a great regret of mine that I didn't see it. And by the way, I have friends whose parents took them to see it as children, honestly. But I did see revivals. I saw the revival with Richard Burton in 1980, and I have seen other productions. I saw the new production 2 years ago at Lincoln Center. So I've seen it a lot, but it is my favorite show.
So, I used to live in Maryland as well.
Yes, where?
I lived right above. I was like 40 minutes from Baltimore. I was in Harford County in little Abingdon, Maryland.
Great. Maryland is a great state, isn't it?
I had a great time. I still have friends there. I was only there for a couple of years, but I really loved it there. But I feel like I'm embarrassed to tell you this. I've never been to New York. I've never seen a show.
Well, you have something to look forward to.
I think we should go together, Susan.
Okay. Now, where are you located now?
I'm in South Carolina now.
Oh, okay. Well, you'd have to fly.
Yeah, but I'll meet you there.
I can tell you the great shows. I mean, I'm telling you, I am so privileged to be able to go as often as I do.
And are you like, we're going to get to your book, I promise. I just love talking about, I promise, we're going to talk about the book.
I can talk about Broadway forever. Forever.
Are you like an every year? Do you have a Tony Award party?
No, I'm not a party person. Just with my husband. We sit and watch the Tonys. And now this year is unusual. We saw quite a few shows and we actually were rooting for some, like maybe Happy Ending, which did win the Tony. There was another show that we saw that we loved called Dead Outlaw. It's very weird and it did not stay. It closed. It was about a dead outlaw.
As the name suggests. Yes, I don't know why that wasn't around. That's so fun. I love that you get to still take in everything that you love and that makes you happy.
But remember, so my book is set at this small tent theater in Colony, New York, which is really close to my hometown where the book is also set, Cohoes, New York. And I saw my first actual show at the Colony Musical Theater. Wow. And it was Carnival with Ray Danton and Anna Maria Alberghetti. Now, what's really funny about this is recently I've been watching some reruns of the old TV show Cheyenne. And who do you think is on there? Ray Danton. And I go, that's where he was working. I'd never heard of him before.
Wait, so tell everybody about your book since we're on that subject.
Oh, my book.
And its release day.
Okay. My book is The Voice I Just Heard, revised, and it's a coming-of-age novel about a young soprano, Nora Costello, who struggles with stage fright, vocal stage fright. Whenever she sings, her voice runs off the tracks like a runaway train. So she meets an alluring baritone, and he sure knows a lot about singing, at the Summer Tent Theater where she's working, the same one I used to go to. But this is 1970, and it's 6 weeks after she lost her brother in Vietnam. So it's the worst time of her life ever, and not a good time to meet somebody. And she thinks maybe this baritone will break what's left of her heart, which is already broken.
Who would you say that the book is for? Like, who should be reading the book?
I think anyone who wants to know about vocation, what it is to explore a vocation, what it is to be discouraged from exploring your vocation. How do we become the person in life who does what we're born to do? And the book does ask that question. If you have a gift, should you use it to make a living? And if you have two gifts, which one should you use? So it explores those issues, and they're pretty universal.
Yeah. What made you revise the book and republish it?
Very good question. Well, I was working with an agent in New York around the turn of like 2005, and she had me rewrite it several times. She didn't like the ending, so she gave me an ending that she liked, and I went with it. And then she didn't send the book out. I mean, this is a funny, kind of heartbreaking. But but anyway, I wound up self-publishing it through Amazon, but I continued to use the ending that we agreed on. 2 years ago, after I published the Camelot book, I finally got the courage to reread my first novel. And I liked it. I liked it a lot, but I thought you went off the track with that ending. That's the wrong ending. You need to go back and rewrite that book. So I rewrote the whole book. A lot of it's the same. I gave it a new prologue, but the ending, the last 3 chapters, completely different. And it really works better for me. For me.
So it's like a choose your own adventure book. Like
Well,
you
you
can pick up the
could.
old one and go on one adventure, or the new one and go on a different
I
one.
actually have friends who liked the first version of the book and said, "Don't you dare rewrite that." I like it. In that version, the two principals, Nora and Bart, the singer, the soprano, and the baritone, wind up together meeting years later in opera. And it's glitzy and it's glamorous, and it really has no place in my story about healing and family.
That's so funny. So yeah, I rewrote it. That's what I love. Is like you're like, and I'm just gonna make it how I think it
You
should
know
be.
what?
I
I am
love
so
that.
proud of this one, this version.
Yeah.
This is it. No more rewrites.
No more. But are you gonna work on another book, or are you done for a
Oh,
while?
oh, definitely.
Always done.
I have been working for many years, I'm afraid, on a book about American sharpshooter Annie Oakley.
Mm.
And next year is the 100th anniversary of Annie's death, 1926. I thought that might be a really good time to try to get it out there.
Yeah.
Annie Oakley is not the person you think she is. I bet you think most people think she's like Calamity Jane, a kind of hard driving, cursing Western woman dresses in man's clothes and like that. But she's a prim Victorian lady. She happens to be gifted at shooting in the ring, in Buffalo Bill's ring, but then she goes back to her tent and embroiders.
What made you want to start writing in general? Like, was that always something you loved to do? And what made you want to write about Broadway and not something else?
Well, I always wrote from the time I could learn to write because I love to tell stories, and I had a lot of stories in me. And I started writing at a very young age. Of course, I started writing some nonfiction. Um, I had a column in the newspaper in my town when I was 13 years old. So you see, I was really at it young. And then in high school, I wrote a novel. Broadway was something that excited me, like thrilled me when I finally discovered what musicals were. Like you, I want to be part of this.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, if I can't sing on stage, I think I'll just write about it. And then I get
Mm.
the best of all worlds, don't I?
Yeah.
Be on stage in the characters, but I don't have to go up there.
That's so smart. I went the route of I'll just talk to the people making it
There you go.
and have them and get to experience it that way.
And I did that too because I had an arts journalism sector of my career, and I interviewed top singers for Classical Singer, Opera News, and HuffPost. Now, these were mostly opera singers. I talked to a couple Broadway singers. So everything they told me, basically, I was able to use in my novel in one way or another.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you love most about your life right now?
Well, I love the fact that I have a daughter who's grown, I have a husband who's supportive, and I can write full time. And I do write a lot, not every day at this point because I'm promoting this book, but I will go back to writing. My greatest joy is being able to write. I live in Baltimore. I love Baltimore. I just love living here. We lived in near the Capitol, the national capital, for 30 years. And 10 years ago, we moved to Baltimore. And I just love the change. It's a wonderful city.
Yeah, it really is. It's a great, great place. What is the best way that people can connect with you out there in the world?
Well, they could go to my website at www.susandeisenberg.com. They can find me on Facebook at Susan Dormady Eisenberg. They can find me on Instagram at Susan D. Eisenberg and X, Susan D. Eisenberg. So I'm out there.
How does one celebrate the release of a book?
Actually, we come on several shows like this and we get to talk about it. And you haven't heard about it before, so it's really fun to share my vision of the book with someone new. I mean that sincerely.
I'm also always curious when people write books how they land on a title or choose a title. So,
Oh, that's really easy.
and did you have any other titles in the running for the voice I just heard?
No, I did not. In the book, my young soprano learns a few arias when she's in her music lessons with a Catholic nun in high school. And one of the songs was Una voce poco fa, qui nel cor mi risuonò, from The Barber of Seville, a young feisty girl named Rosina. Una voce poco fa. What does it mean? The voice I just heard has thrilled my very heart. And the voice she just heard was the big baritone who comes to town to be in the theater, and she falls in love with him. But he also hears her voice and falls in love with her voice. So they have that in common.
I love that. Congratulations on the book.
Thank you.
Congratulations on finishing it again, releasing it today. I'm glad you
Thank
got
you.
to spend it with. It's available now.
Amazon.com
Yes.
and BNN, BarnesandNoble.com. The voice I just heard, revised edition.
Done. Before we get out of here today, will you play a game with me?
Absolutely.
Okay, good. I always get nervous I'd never tell the guests that this is
I
what
love
we're doing.
games.
And I'm waiting for the day that someone's like, no, sir, we will not be doing that.
You notice I didn't
Okay.
even ask what the game was?
You didn't. You said I didn't even finish the sentence. The game is called Backstage or Bravo.
Ooh, yeah.
So, this is the concept. You get 6 challenges.
Okay.
Each one is either a true or false statement,
Okay.
a fill in the blank lyric or phrase,
Okay.
or some sort of performing arts trivia.
Okay.
If you get 3 out of 6 correct, the entire non-existent studio audience gets a copy of the voice I just heard. Okay.
I have to get 3 out of 6.
3 out of 6, no pressure, but there's a lot of people sitting
Okay,
in
I
this
do
room.
pretty well on Jeopardy on these questions.
Okay,
We'll see.
are you ready?
Yes.
True or false? Opera singers are trained to project their voices over an orchestra without microphones.
True.
That is true. One down, one down. Number 2, fill in the blank. The show must go
On.
Yes, correct. This could be it for the win, everyone. True or false? Broadway musicals are typically written in 3 acts.
That is a double-edged question because they used to be written in it's 2 acts. 2 acts.
Yeah, you're right. You got them all 3 correct.
Got them. Don't I want to do the other ones though.
Okay, let's go. For bonus points, if you get the bonus points, everyone in the audience gets signed copies of the voice I just heard.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, so start.
Here we go. I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. Okay. Which genre typically uses melisma? I hope I'm saying that right. A single syllable stretched over many notes. Is it country, rap, classical, or pop?
Classical. Melisma.
That is correct.
Yes.
Gosh, you're good.
There's a lot of melismas in the song I commissioned for my book.
Of course, that's why I wrote it. Yes, I knew that. True or false? Again, more words I'm probably going to butcher. The Joffrey Ballet was originally founded in New York City.
I worked for the Joffrey Ballet, and I can tell you definitely founded in New York City. Robert Joffrey and Gerald Arpino.
Oh, Susan, that is wrong. It was
Oh my God,
founded
wrong.
It was in Chicago. Yes.
Are you sure?
That's what that's what this says. I don't know anything.
No, it
It
isn't.
had early roots in New York City, but it was founded in Chicago.
Oh, how could I get? Now that's embarrassing, isn't
It's
it?
okay. We'll just delete that one out of here.
Okay.
Okay, final question. In musical theater, a triple threat refers to someone who can do what?
Sing, dance, and act.
There you go. Signed copies for everyone in the non-existent studio audience.
So cool.
Thank you so much for playing.
But you know what? I have to go and double check on that Joffrey question.
All right.
I'm gonna
Well,
because
we'll get our judges to look during the commercial break, and we'll come back with the real answer. And if I'm wrong,
no, you
everyone now gets a Gorilla HR mug as well, okay?
The Joffrey did move to Chicago recently. I mean, after I worked there, they did move to Chicago. They changed their base. You may be absolutely right because they must have had roots in Chicago for them to move there.
Maybe.
You're probably
We'll find out. We'll get Alex Trebek on the phone.
Okay.
And we'll
He's
find out
dead.
during this break.
You mean Ken Jennings, don't you?
All right. Susan Dormady Eisenberg, everyone. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, thank you. I had a wonderful time.
Come back anytime, please.
Thank you. Take care.
We'll be right back with the Joffrey Ballet after this. Don't go away.
You know what would be better than watching this commercial? Watching your commercial. Join the party that is Make Your Day Richer TV by advertising your brand, business, or project during the show. Use us to promote what you're doing to make our viewers' day richer. Scan the QR code or visit makeyourdayricher.com/advertising to start promoting today.
Welcome back. That's our show, everyone. Thanks for watching. Go make your day richer. Go make somebody else's day richer. You've made mine by watching this show, and I love you for it. Hey, on tomorrow's show, Scott Wells is here. He has a young adult book called Marked by the Ouija. It's inspired by true events. And around Halloween, I feel like he's the perfect guest. So be prepared for tomorrow. All right. Go make your day richer. Go make somebody else's day richer. You've made mine by watching this show, and I love you for it. And we will see you tomorrow, everyone. Bye-bye.